The Tour Divide is the ultimate test of endurance, a 2,745-mile journey tracing the spine of the Rocky Mountains from Banff, Canada, to the Mexican border. Riders take on the Great Divide mountain bike route, crossing 6 U.S. states and 2 Canadian provinces. With nearly 200,000 feet of climbing, it's like scaling Mount Everest almost 7 times. The terrain is raw and unforgiving, unpaved roads, gravel paths, and rugged backcountry trails. Riders endure extreme weather, blistering heat, freezing storms, and relentless rain, as well as long stretches of isolation. This is not your average race. It's self-supported, meaning every participant must carry their own gear and rely on their resilience and resourcefulness. Outside assistance is strictly prohibited. There are no entry fees, no prizes, and no guarantees, just the challenge of conquering the untamed wilderness. The route is unmarked, requiring riders to navigate through endless miles of vast terrain, testing not only their stamina, but their mental sharpness. Most riders average over 100 miles per day, pushing through exhaustion, mechanical breakdowns, and moments of doubt. For some, the Tour Divide is a race against time, a test of how far they can push their bodies and minds. For others, it's a personal journey of discovery, an adventure that redefines their limits. Every mile of the Tour Divide is a story of grit, determination, and triumph, a battle between human spirit and the untamed world.
I, Rob Maple from Fredericksburg, Virginia, declare my intention to line up in Banff, Alberta, Canada on June 14, 2024 to race to Antelope Wells, New Mexico. After many years of watching videos and reading reports from so many amazing people doing so many amazing things on the Tour Divide, I want to hang my hat towards accomplishing this epic adventure with all of them. The prep work of building my bike, choosing my gear, defining my logistics, preparing my mind, and trusting my heart has me fixated on this journey. This journey seems bigger than life, but it's about living life while experiencing something that is seemingly impossible. The ultimate goal is thriving in nature while pushing the limits in a chase of staying far away from mediocrity. My mantra for this endeavor is summed up in a quote by David Goggins: "Inspiration is found in suffering." Let's talk about suffering. Training for the Tour Divide was going great until it wasn't. Let's see. How about I make the Tour Divide a little more challenging? Ha, said no one ever. In August 2023, one small mistake on a mountain bike ride ended with a nasty crash, resulting in a broken wrist and a dozen stitches. My broken wrist was casted without identifying that it also had a 100% rupture of my thumb tendon. Kind of need that for holding on to the handlebars, right? With one hand on the stem, I was on the trainer every day pedaling my tail off. But of course, I wasn't going anywhere. While in the differing casts along the way and through rehab, I was able to get in close to 1,500 miles in the basement. Yes, in the basement on the trainer, not outside. In March, just 3 months out from the Grand Depart, I made the decision to be all in on my Tour Divide journey. I knew I would be challenged, but this is just one of a million potential obstacles that were ahead of me. Finally, I am in Banff. Uh-oh, another obstacle to overcome. My bike was lost in transit. It ended up staying a few days in Texas. Fortunately, my bike arrived the evening before the Grand Depart, and I was able to get a shakedown ride in. While I find inspiration or someone else gains inspiration from this journey, this mission will be complete. So here's to 2,750 miles, 200,000 feet of elevation, long days, cold days, rainy days, windy days, mud, and all 6 seasons. I will be there. Cheers and happy trails. Rob Maple from Fredericksburg, Virginia. Here we go, y'all. 2024 Tour Divide. It's almost go time. Getting ready to embark on 2,700 miles, 200,000 feet of climbing, and who knows what obstacles are in front of us. Appreciate all the support. Love you guys, and looking forward to just getting out there and getting after this thing, and really can't wait to see what I can do emotionally, physically, mentally, and just push towards the end. Well, keep on strong.
Cheer, 3, 2, 1.
Hike a bike at mile 55, Elk Pass. We're moving from Alberta, Canada to British Columbia. First major pass of the day, and I'm walking. This is called Mount Shark. Obviously it looks like a bunch of dorsal fins. You can see all the way up in the horizon there. Just looks like a mean school of sharks. In addition to that mean school of sharks, the headwind on this road is still pretty spicy. Woohoo! A little sweet single track action here. Right behind you. You're good. How's it going, man?
All right.
Good. Oh yeah! Single track. Woo! Yeah! Oh yeah! Sharp left. Nothing like bike packing the 65-pound tank. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, Phil, I'm gonna stop. Right here. I gotta stop recording. Climbing Cocoa Claims this morning. Looks kind of not so steep, but it's like 14 to 18%. Definitely a good way to wake up the body. Of course, no coffee this morning. This is my coffee. But hey, it's a great day. Keep on climbing.
Stair steps.
Right? Steep as heck. Got our first windstorm, rainstorm coming.
Yeah. The deck of a tramp steamer. Like, what the fuck is that?
Day 3, just leaving Fernie, about 10 miles out. Raining, kind of cold, about 35 degrees. Tell you, yesterday was definitely a treat with Cocoa Claims. Heck of a climb, heck of a hike a bike. And then started raining, and pretty much rained for the next 6 hours, and a lot of climbing, a lot of mud. Basically had to hose off when we got to the hotel in Fernie. Decided to just call it a day and start fresh this morning. We're about 230 miles in, and it's been raining all freaking day, and it's been muddy as heck, but we come around the corner, and what do we see? We see some beautiful blue sky. I don't know if you can see that sky, but it is beautiful. It's blue, and Phil and I are just loving life. Thanks, y'all. Day 4, climbing up the last piece of the wall, heading towards the U.S. border. Super cold last night, like 29 degrees. Woke up to frost and freeze and wet shoes and all that good stuff. Looking forward to getting to Eureka, Montana, which is about 30 miles, I guess, or less. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Montana. Yeah. Halfway through the day, actually 3/4 of the day. First 30 miles were rainy, snowy, freezing, and very muddy. So we got to Whitefish, had to put on front and rear brakes, and put us a little bit behind schedule, but all good. We are heading down the road and heading towards our next camp spot, which should be hopefully under shelter within a barn. So no tent because our tents are really wet. Been a great day. Glad the sun's shining now because the last 2.5 days of rain has really been challenging. But we drive forward. All right, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Day 6 here, sleeping out solo in bear country.
With rain, with cold.
Putting on wet, cold socks and shoes day after day.
Every day.
Every day for the past 6 days have really pushed us over the top. But guess what? We got to climb this morning, eat some breakfast, and we're going to start rolling.
Rock and roll, brother.
All right.
Let's get it done.
Yep. Sun is shining and just feeling great that I am not in my rain gear. I've been in my rain gear, rain mittens, rain pants, and rain jacket for the last 4 days, cold and wet. And you know, as I sit here climbing this 2,600 foot climb this morning, you know, just kind of reflecting on the last few days and, you know, why everybody says why, you know, why do this? And I really, you know, to be honest, didn't have a real good reason other than I just like to do stuff epic. Try to push myself, you know, beyond the norm. You know, mediocrity is something that I've always wanted to be far away from. Strive, you know, to be the best person I can, the best husband I can, the best, you know, dad I can be, the best son I can be, the best friend I can be. And with all that just comes the drive to just continue to push forward. And you know, there's two types of folks, you know, those that are trying to get better and those who are getting worse. There's no staying the same. Nobody, you know, just stays the same throughout life. I mean, as we get older, you know, our bodies change and our minds change. And, you know, I'm stealing a lot of stuff from a lot of very, you know, very professionally well-spoken, you know, inspirational speakers that, you know, provide all this coaching. And yes, I've listened to it, but with all of that, I have my own drive. And their words with my drive really just concretes the fact that, you know, if we want to be happy in life, if we want to be successful, you got to keep grinding and keep moving forward and never settling, just giving 150% every day. If you sign up for it, you got to do it. You don't sign up for it to do something half-assed or to, you know, not do it at all, more importantly. So that's my reflection this morning. It's not profound, but day 6 into this, I have a long way to go. I'm sure that my moods and my stability will be challenged, but one thing we'll be sure of is that my drive to be the best person I can will not change. Out, y'all.
Look at that view, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Is Phil behind me?
Woo!
Yeah, buddy. This is crazy. This is one of those situations where you just want to take so many pictures, but we got miles to do. We got mountains to climb. But fortunately, the sun is shining today. Beautiful through here, heading towards what I believe to be Richmond Pass, 5.5 mile, 6% grade, I believe, crossing that mountain range right in front of us. Gonna be a big one. It's Day 6 still, and day 6, about 5 p.m. Guessing it's going to take us about 3 or 4 hours to get up over this thing, and then descend into our campsite probably about 10 p.m. Well, day 7 here. It's about 2 o'clock. Climbing Huckleberry Pass. Left Lake Sealy this morning and went to Ovando, Montana. Had a little snack, stayed there for a bit, and then now we're heading across this pretty big 3,200 foot climb to descend down into Lincoln, Montana, which probably grab a snack again, grab a few resources, and then roll on for probably another 10 miles, put us around 90-ish for the day, and look to find some place to lay our head again. Well, I'm gonna keep on climbing. Oh, the sun is shining today, and one note, my toes are a little messed up. My 2 big toes may have been cold a little too long and have been numb for most of today, so monitoring that, but keep on pedaling. Hey buddy, it's okay. It's okay. Come on. Come on, we met at the store. Oh yeah. Day 8. Had a great night sleep at the Llama Inn. Actually didn't set our tent up. Slept on the floor of a little cabin. First night I actually sweat. Had to get out of my sleeping bag. It was really, really great. Now I'm just bombing down this amazingly long gravel road. Cattle crossing. Oh, yep. Let me fix this right here. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Down to shorts. Still have my vest on. Got my arm sleeves on. But I tell you one thing, this is just as good as it gets. There is really not much better than biking, spending all this time on twos. Love for my wife to be with me right now, but she's doing her awesome things and kicking ass in North Carolina as we speak. Signing off. Oh yeah, 2 miles of this right here after a 3,200 foot climb is no good, especially on a loaded bike. But it'll be good to get to the top of this thing. It's almost like mountain biking. Follow all these other lines people have taken. Nope, there you go, see? That's what happens. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, little single track coming into Butte, Montana after climbing a pretty big ridge. Get to do a little bit of loaded single track action. And that is that. Riding solo here. Went from wooded Montana to Great Plains mountains, no trees, Montana. But you see up above me, you got blue skies, and it's hot. It's real hot. Having this filter water almost every major stream or creek crossing I come to, which there really hasn't been a whole lot in this stretch. We're riding a lot of asphalt today, somewhere right around 68 miles so far. Somebody with the bike on the back of the car just beeped at me, because that's the only car that's been on this road in the past, I don't know, 20 minutes. Oh, there's another note, so it must be rush hour in Montana. All right, heading off to hopefully a right turn up here to a campground where I hope there is some water source that I can filter from, because I am thirsty. Wow, we went from wooded trees, mountains to basically nothing. Just shrubs, like Montana desert or something. And you can hear this wind pedaling into a crazy, 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 crazy wind.
Little heart against the mountains, mine, through the shadows and the thinning light. Every mile feels like a lifetime spent chasing a dream on a path that's bent. Gravel spits beneath the wheel, stealing spirit, the wounds will heal. Every climb, every twist and turn, lessons learned from the miles we burn. Ride the divide where the brave ones go, through the storm, through the ice and the snow. Heartbeats pounding, breath in the wind. The tour's a trial, but the soul will mend.
Just realized that I didn't post anything yesterday. So today's day 12. Yesterday was day 11. Stayed, oh, sorry, it's bumpy gravel. So got about 100 miles in yesterday. Went down through some really sweet scenic gorge area where basically the tectonic plates obviously I don't even know what I'm talking about. Guess I'm not awake yet. Let me retake that. So we did 100 miles yesterday. Actually ended up camping a little bit early, about 6:30, 7 o'clock p.m., which was a far change from our 9:30, 10 o'clock ride time. So we took the opportunity to take our time setting the tent up and cleaned up our bags a little bit. It was actually a natural spring, so I got buck naked and jumped in that. It was freezing. Didn't have any soap, but just kind of washed some of the dirt and dust off from all the gravel roads. And then went to sleep and got up this morning at 5, rolled out at 6, and about 2 hours later, we crossed the Continental Divide between Montana and Idaho. So Red Rock Pass, that's 7,500 feet. Now we're in Idaho. Pretty short time in Idaho, only about, I think about 75 miles. Not sure we're actually gonna get into Wyoming today, but we'll be pretty close. Signing off now, pedaling some more. It's Wednesday, June 28th. I think it's day 13. Not really sure. First thing this morning, you can probably see I have a bug net on. The mosquitoes are probably the worst I've ever experienced. Last night setting up my tent, must have had a billion on me. This net helped a little bit. They're literally had rain gear on to keep them from biting, and just a billion bites. Freaking head felt like a golf ball. Had so many freaking bites and arms, and just thank God once I got in the tent, killed the little bitches that were up in the tent. Was able to, not have them on us. But then first thing this morning, having to pack up, it was back to it. So yeah, starting the day off with some fun. But it's been fun, so keep on climbing. Oh man. Jeez. Great time for a break. Mosquito break.
Mosquito free break, thank God. All right.
A little asphalt for a change, with some amazing views here in Wyoming, home of the killer mosquito that has made my face and head look like a golf ball with bumps upon bumps upon bumps. Man, I tell you, this is surely epic for a lot of different reasons. Oh man, riding at 10,000 feet across Union Pass with my boys, Ben and Aaron from Boise, Idaho. Ben, what do you think about all this?
Man, this is a dream come true. Every time on this course, I think I've kind of hit that epiphanal moment of like, yeah, I could stop now and be totally happy with what we've done. You come across something like this and looking around, it's just, words can't describe how beautiful and amazing this is. What a great feeling of accomplishment it is to be here. So super stoked to be sharing it with you guys.
Awesome, Ben. Man, likewise. Aaron, what are your thoughts, buddy?
I think we're all kind of feeling the exact same feeling out here. It's this grandiose size of this ride and in this environment, and your mind is just constantly like searching and looking and trying to wrap this all up in one big giant picture, and it's impossible. Like, it's just huge, and you go from these epic highs mentally and physically to these pits of like, I don't think I can pedal another stroke, and then the next thing you know, you're on top of a pass like this looking around, and you feel empowered. And yeah, talk about a bucket list and a chance of a lifetime to enjoy this and see this is amazing.
Yeah, appreciate that, Aaron.
Yeah, you guys heard it best from these two, what we call self-contained right here.
Taming this beast called the Tour Divide. I couldn't say better than both these guys. So signing off for now. We're going to keep on rolling forward. Next stop, Pinedale, Wyoming. Working across Union Pass. Crazy elevation, 10,000 feet. Amazing, amazing, amazing views from up here. What do you say about that, man? Sitting here in the Great Basin with about 20 miles to go to get to Wamsutta, Wyoming. 2 water sources and 86 miles of desert-like, no tree, high wind, crazy long straight gravel roads. So taking advantage of this water source here, and yeah, we're loving life here. Just left Brush Mountain Lodge, about 44 miles into the day. Had a delicious meal cooked by Katrina there, and sat back, chilled out, and yeah, we're heading to Steamboat Springs. Welcome to Colorado. Just a beautiful day, and feeling pretty good. Although, someone's acting like a cow back here. Nice. There's cows all around me. Yep, that's a person, not a cow. Yeah, heading towards Steamboat Springs and looking forward to another milestone down. See y'all later. Hey, sheep. How you doing? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, trail ferries are real. Descending into Steamboat Springs, I lost my Big Agnes tent poles. Wow, was I stressed. Little did I know, Big Agnes headquarters is located in Steamboat Springs. After swinging by to see the guys at BAP, I went over to see Jacob and the team at Big Agnes. They quickly hooked me up with new tent poles, and I was on my way. Huge shout out to them. Also, all the random acts of kindness by so many, whether it be a cold soda, those offering water when empty, high fives, and words of encouragement. Trail ferries are real.
Pedal through the morning fog, heartbeat echoes like a drum. Climbing peaks as wild dogs chase the rising sun. Twists and turns on this old road, wheels keep spinning, never slow. Dodging shadows like a toad over valleys far below. Mountain winds, they call my name, whisper secrets in the air. Feel the thrill, feel the flame, riding high without a care. Sweat and dust upon my skin.
Oh man, a couple days have passed since I've got on the video. Tell you, just one of those things that you just kind of get up each day and repeat the same thing you did yesterday. So with that, sometimes comes a little bit of hardship. It's been off and on raining the last few days. We had beautiful weather yesterday. Had a couple of big milestones the past couple days. Obviously, we got into Colorado, climbed Boreas Pass last night, and did 11,300 and some feet, and got to descend some significantly technical and fun single track, although on a loaded rigid bike. It was a little challenging, but not too bad. Unfortunately, near the end of that single track, about 410 south, after about 6 miles of single track, then got a flat. So we spent, I don't know, about an hour trying to address that. And so we rolled out, rode in the dark for probably about an hour. Went through a very, very small town, Como, and about 2 miles outside of that, there was some public land that we set up camp, and tell you, camping at over 9,000 feet last night, waking up to 30 degrees and ice on the bikes and all that, you know, in July is definitely somewhat crazy, but it is the norm for these types of elevations. But we'll catch up on the last few days, some really hot points. Now we'll keep grinding towards Salida, Colorado. Truth be told, there are no easy days. Of course, but that's not easy. That's easy days. Rain, cold, mud, rain, unforgiving gravel. Now, roll out.
Mountain winds, they call my name, whisper secrets in the air. Feel the thrill, feel the flame, riding high without a care. Sweat and dust upon my skin, throwing caution to the breeze. Every mile a chance to win.
Woo! Day 20. Also day 2 of 35-mile-an-hour headwind. Definitely torture. Bottom lip's burnt to heck. Got like 20 layers of sunblock on my bottom lip. Everything else feels pretty good. This headwind is really ridiculous. But all you can do is keep on pedaling forward. You can't stop, you can't cry. Although I feel like crying when you're going 2 miles an hour and busting out so much power and energy to even move that fast. But yeah, making progress, heading towards Del Norte, Colorado. We're still about, I don't know, about 65 miles out from that, but we're gonna try to climb these next at least 2 passes and get down somewhere below 8,000. Don't want to sleep at 10,000 again. It's too cold. Makes it really hard to get up in the morning. But keep on driving forward and man, having fun out here.
Secrets in the air. Feel the thrill, feel the flame. Riding high without a care. Mountain winds, they call my name. Whisper secrets in the air. Feel the thrill, feel the flame. Riding high without.
Oh yeah, just finished climbing. Just finished climbing. What the heck? I can't even think of the name of it. I'm thinking about it too much. Oh yeah, India Pass. You can see that, oh my gosh, it's just spectacular. Spectacular view here, but just shy of 12,000 feet. Green grass, not much vegetation, but heck, several hours to get up here, so I'm gonna sit here and enjoy the view. All right, I seem to only log on to my phone when I'm going uphill because going downhill is just too sketch. Got 2 hands on brakes, sketchy technical descents. And what I found is that when I started this journey, I had every intention to document every moment, you know, to capture tons of pictures, and did that a lot at the beginning, but as we move forward, it's become more and more challenging to stop. Just every 5 minutes counts. Every 5 minutes turns to 30 minutes. Every 30 minutes turns to hours, and that just ultimately slows the roll. And for as much as I want to take pictures and capture that, you know, the beauty and the tranquility of being out in you know, this, you know, just this massive landscape. It's just been so amazing, but I just really haven't had the time to stop to really, you know, capture those pictures. But I feel good about it. I feel like I'm accomplishing the journey that I set out to do. I feel like that every pedal stroke is ultimately making me a better person, making me a better husband, making me a better dad. And excuse me, got a little choked up there for a second. The climb is fortunately an asphalt climb. It's one of, hopefully one of many moving forward. We haven't had many asphalt climbs behind us, but it does help the roll a little bit, although I'm moving at like 1 mile an hour. It's like a 7% grade for 5.2 more miles. So I'm keep on rolling, check back in when I can. last night about 7 o'clock p.m. after going to the retreat on the river. Had some time to charge some stuff. Actually took a quick shower, which was amazing. We rode until about, I don't know, about 12:45, 1 a.m. It just gets so hot here now that we're planning to maybe chill out in the hottest part of the day, and then ride at night. Currently doing a hike-a-bike up the third, I guess, hill out of Abiquiu. It's a 12-miler. Been able to ride most of it, but this section is a little gnarly and conserves less energy to push your bike. So heading towards Cuba, hopefully be there by mid-afternoon. It's about 60 miles, 65 miles or so. So keep on driving forward.
No.
Yep. 10,000 feet. Actually 10,320 feet. We just finished the third and final climb out of Abiquiu, New Mexico. And now we are up in the clouds and getting ready to descend into Cuba after about 50 miles. Cuba. I can't. I speak no Spanish.
You speak Cuba.
Up in the clouds at 10,320 feet. Oh yeah. Day 26, heading from, I don't know, outside of Cuba, 50 miles, heading 70 miles towards Grants. Definitely a lot of pavement right now. I think the next 100 miles is pavement, which is kind of welcoming treat, but we move forward. All right, rolling with these homies, Aaron, Ben, and Dave. Day 26. What you guys got to say?
The body's tired. I have this deep sense of the finish is close, even though it's still far. But the motivation factor has definitely increased.
Awesome. Well spoken, Aaron. Well spoken. Ben, what you got?
I think after a lot of lows, the word of the day is gratitude. Thankful to be out here. It's one of those few days when you can wake up and be like, oh, I can pedal my bike for a little bit. Not have to worry about giant climbs. Not have to worry about pain and suffering as much as you had for the dread for some of these other bigger days that we've had. And having all those miles behind us and all that elevation behind us. I don't know, it's a little motivating to keep going and keep pedaling.
Heck yeah. Words of wisdom. Words of wisdom from my man Ben. And the infamous Dave. What you got, buddy?
I'm happy to be pedaling below 9,000 feet for a change. Coming from sea level. It's been a rough the past few days. And I guess I'm feeling we're like over 2,200 miles in, which I can't believe.
Heck yeah.
My bike, 2,200 miles.
That's probably makes 3 of us, 10 of us, 20 of us.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, I can't say enough that living at 9,000 and above has definitely been a treat. Oxygen is a great thing. But we keep on rolling forward to Grants, to Pie Town, Antelope Wells. High fives, kumbaya at the end. Here we go. Oh yeah.
Make it at the border.
All right, out y'all.
Well, it's been a minute. Had many days go by with no commentary. Video here, GoPro there, a couple pictures here and there. Last several days have been pretty hard. Went for about 150 miles from Grants to Silver City with no food resupply, and unfortunately I packed too little, or bought too little, and ran out of food. So I went for about, I don't know, 12, 14 hours of riding with conservation of a Snickers bar and a wrap that I just took a bite here or there. Water was also very scarce. I was carrying about 5.5 liters, and we did find one very slow running creek to be able to top off, and so carrying that much water, obviously huge burden of weight, but much needed. This morning, Silver City, after about 20 miles in from camping, ate about 4,000 calories of, oh my gosh, so much good stuff. I had a breakfast burrito, huge breakfast burrito with all the works inside, 2 giant pancakes and a parfait, about 4,000 calories again, about $38 breakfast, but I tell you, it was well worth it. Now we're about 120 miles outside of Antelope Wells to finish. We are actually going to ride to Achita, which is the last very small town outside, about 48 miles outside of the finish. We're going to lay up there in the community center, and then we'll have a pretty tough morning on the CDT, which is the trail portion of the Tour Divide. It's, that's the hiking trail part, but it's mostly unrideable / rideable trail, single track hiking trail. So we'll do that in the morning, and then have, I don't know, 40 miles of pavement to finish up. But looking forward. Miss my family, just miss normal life. Looking forward to showers and clean clothes, and more than one pair of socks and one pair of bibs and such. Definitely quite the funky mess, but excited, and we'll keep on pedaling through this hot desert like New Mexico, and catch up soon. Well, here we are, just finished the Continental Divide Trail section of the last stretch here. It was about 10 miles, took us several hours to navigate the ups and downs and the technical conditions, but now we're back on a 1% incline for 30 more miles to meet and reach the final destination. 29 days into this thing, and I tell you, it's been a crazy journey. It's been exciting. It's just really hard to put in words just how challenging this thing was. I mean, from logistical to mental to the physical to emotional. I tell you, just it really challenged every piece, and I feel pretty blessed to have met a lot of great people along the way. Started out with my boy Phil, his boy Sam and Eric, and we rode for several days, and just got spread up a little bit, and I've been riding with a couple guys from Idaho and a guy from Maine. The guys from Idaho are Ben and Aaron, and Dave from Maine. And I tell you, it's been a very pleasurable experience. Commonalities between us that let us really thrive. So I feel really great about that. Now I'm just ready to get to Antelope Wells and wrap this thing up. Ready.
choked air. Rolling hills can't break my stare. Legs scream loud, but I don't care. Push through pain, I dare, I dare, I dare. Rocky peaks and mornings gray, haunted stretches night to day. Broken spirits finding way, racing demons won't obey. Metal ride, just hold the line. 3,000 miles of pain and grime. Won't break down, I will not pine. Heart and soul both intertwined. Midwest storms and endless plains, tearing hearts against the chains. Breath like fire in swollen veins.
Oh yeah.
Focus tight amidst the strain. Mind's a fortress, steel and bone. Journeys face cruel unknown. Solo fight, I'm not alone. Wheels keep turning, fate is sown. Metal ride, just hold the line. 3,000 miles of pain and grime. Won't break down, I will not pine. Heart and soul both intertwined.
And another, oh yeah, the impossible was possible. 29 days, 4 hours, and 46 minutes to tame this beast called the Tour Divide. The goal was to finish in less than 30 days. That's a solid mission complete here. The feeling of finishing was surreal, and I'm still unpacking the happiness, the loneliness, the feeling of empowerment, the feeling of success, just so much joy for myself, my family, and my newfound battle buddies. After riding with several friends, riding solo, and playing leapfrog with several other riders throughout this journey, to me, life is better spent with others, experiencing that oh wow moment together. For the Tour Divide race itself, some may frown on the time spent with other riders during this unsupported epic journey. Truth be told, that there were no dependencies on others for gear, food, and every pedal stroke was me moving forward towards a continued, purpose-driven life. As for the camaraderie and newfound friends along the trail, I wouldn't do anything different nor change a thing. The title of Unbroken Inspiration is simple: 29 days of riding without stopping, regardless of the snow, rain, wind, and terrain, ultimately pushing my limits towards the best version of myself, while hopefully providing inspiration for someone to push through and over their obstacles. There is a finish line for all of us.